right, good morning. Welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom. Exciting to be here as always. Today we're talking about something quite very interesting that I know a lot of men are actually interested in this topic because of, the way things are, especially at this time, but we're talking about money issues in marriage, in relationship, in courtship, however it is, whatever ship you're in. We want to talk about money issues and of course lack of appreciation in relationship, which of course is related to money issues. So if you want to join this conversation, of course, and you want to watch us live, we're on Facebook and we're on Twitter at Galaxy Television. Then also you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Galaxy TV News, Galaxy TV Comedy, and Galaxy TV. Just like, subscribe, and share. Of course, we have an amazing guest that will be joining us today to talk about this. She is an amazing person. In fact, this is the second time she will be on the show. But before I introduce her to you, let's quickly go on a short break. And right after that, we'll go into the topic of today, which is, like I said, money issues and lack of appreciation in relationship or marriage. We'll be right back. Right, welcome back. Yes, with me is Pastor Mrs. Ngozi Ezeonu Uchendu. She is a senior real estate official with the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, and also she's an author. She's a writer too. Good morning, Ngozi. It's good to have you today. Thank you so much for joining. How are you doing? All right, thank you. So I want to ask this first question: money issues. Let's talk about money issues. Why do you think money is always one of the biggest factor that people have as an issue? Is trending, and it's always has been trending, and the way it is as though it might never stop continuing. But anyway, it might never stop ending. Basically, it's like a continuity thing. So I want to ask, why do you think money is one of the most core issues that happen in marriages, that most partners even end up divorcing or separated or probably even cheating on their partner? Why do you think that is? All right, welcome back. Yes, we're still talking about money issues and of course lack of appreciation in relationship or in marriage. Okay, Mrs. Ngozi, can we have Mrs. Ngozi on the screen so we can continue with our discussion? Hi.
Hello, good morning.
I can still hear you.
Well, it's not muted. I've unmuted it.
Okay, great. All right, so I can hear you now. So I'm just going to ask the question again. I don't know if you remember. If you remember the question, please go ahead. But if you want me to repeat the question, let me know.
Yes, I heard you loud and clear. Money is very, very important in any relationship. There is a saying that goes that money makes the world go round. Money is like a water in an ocean in a relationship, because with money you can nurture your relationship. It makes the relationship blossom. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I heard what you said. Okay, so money is a big deal. It's what makes the world go round. It's something everybody must get into. But why do we tend to always see from the aspect that women tend to be the one that have more issues surrounding money than men? Yeah, men are the one that they have this thing of African nature whereby a man is the one that always tends to provide. And despite a man trying his best most of the times to make sure he meets ends meet and, satisfy the woman, the children, the family, have family and all of that. Why do you think women tend to always have issues with men when it comes to money, or even trying to manage money with their husband or their partner?
Me, I can say is a lack of understanding. Marriage is meant for adults. It's meant for a man and a woman. It's not a boy and a girl. If you understand what relationship is all about, you will know that both need to help each other. They don't tend to leave it for one person. You need to help. If I should use Bible perspective, say women are the helpmeet. So where your husband couldn't get to because you are there, it's like you become a push for your partner to reach where he hasn't gotten to.
Okay, all right. That's quite a very short explanation based on why women have a lot of issues. That's quite short because I was expecting a whole lot of explanation of why women always tend to drag issues with men when it comes to money. Because let's look at it from this part. Like sometimes, yes, I know we have to manage, we have to understand, and at the same time, men also too need to understand that women needs money, and no matter how much you give to them, there's always this part of whereby they try to do additional money. They try to impute their own money to make sure there's a completion, and okay, take for example, a woman goes to the market, she buys something of you give her 5,000 naira. A woman that knows the market will know that 5,000 is not enough, and she probably knows that is what she can afford. A woman who is understanding will probably add hers to make sure they get what they want, and not just, not just start complaining. Now, how do you think a woman can be able to manage this money issues with men? I want you to be extensive with your explanation because they are quite short. A lot of people might not understand where we are driving at. So why we are here is because we try to say it, we even give live examples, even from yourself, from people, so that people can actually learn. It's a deep conversation sort of thing. Please, can you please answer the question?
In relationship, I will use a husband and wife as an example. Women are seen as a manager, and being a manager, you need money to manage. There is a lot of things that women, get involved in a relationship. To start with, for a woman to look good, that woman need money. For a woman to compliment, she need money. Money goes a long way in any relationship, even in a home. How to know a good manager is a manager that knows how to manage what is available for him or her. So because women are being seen as a manager in a home, they have a lot of things they do with money, like buying foodstuffs, like taking care of the children, like the dress, even oftentimes the clothing of the man too. So what women does with money is many, if I can put it that way.
But why do you think a woman would rather, like you said, she has to look good? Now let's leave the looking good. If you want to look good, yes, it's good. Your husband should support you. But I think it's your responsibility to look good. You've always been looking good before he got married to you. So I don't think you should try to hype yourself too much than you were by trying to if you have something different for what I'm saying, it's very well welcomed. But why do you think women would rather spend a whole lot of money on their cream, on their bag, on their shoes, but when it comes to the home front, when it comes to paying school fees, when it comes to buying stuff, when it comes to maybe this bulb got bad and there has to be a replacement, you have to wait for the man to drop the money. You can find a way to sort yourself by looking good, but it's more like it's a bit difficult for women to be able to do some other things in the home. Why do you think it's like that? And if I know it is actually very wrong for women who just wants to get everything at their beck and call, but when it comes to their home front, they're not ready to do anything. So at this point, why do you think women are doing it? And what is your advice to women who keep doing this and pushing the men outside of their home?
See, like I said before, everything is understanding. And when you understand what you are in, you tend to manage it very well. If I go to the Bible, because even the Bible said that the men are the head of the home. And in African perspective, they see man to go out and fight and take care. In fact, it's a responsibility of a man. Let me put it this way. It's a responsibility of a man to take charge in the home. Women are meant to support. I think they've grown in several years, they've grown like that. Women have grown like that to understand that men need to be in front, then the woman will follow. I think that mentality is one of the things that are affecting the women. That is why I put it understanding. A woman that understands what is getting into will not want the man to carry it all. Because the more you are stressing that man, you are limiting the lifespan of that man. And at the long run, you will be the one that will pay for it. So if you understand that you people need to work hand in hand, so it will enable you to support the man where it matters. It's not a must that a man will be the one that will pay school fees. I've seen a family that they share things. The man is paying the house rent, then the woman, because he's working, they will do what? They will pay the school fees. And again, some of African men tends to see a woman that there is nothing they can do. When they marry them, they decide that woman will be at home to bear children and to nurture the children. They didn't even believe in a woman to the extent of establishing the woman. Any woman you establish, that woman will help. But when you see that the woman cannot help you, the woman will, will step back. And I don't think it's the right thing to do.
Much now for some women that they tend to do the understanding part, like you said, they are very understanding and they show appreciation. Now first, before I even talk about those who show appreciation, and maybe people tend to, how like put it, they tend to take them for granted, basically. So I want to ask, for those who don't show appreciation, in the sense that sometimes maybe when a man gives a woman money, she appreciates, she says thank you, probably go to the other room, prepare his best meal or do something like that, you understand? Yes. But there is this trend of, at that point when you have done that thing, you've shown that appreciation, he does it, maybe you asked for a car and he gets you the car, you're like, oh, you prepared his best meal, had the roses, you did the other side of it from the other room, and everybody's happy. Then maybe a week or 2 weeks later, you ask for something else, maybe something that will probably go a bit deep into his pocket, and he tells you, oh, I don't have, like, give me some time, or probably I don't have, I just got you a car, I don't think I can afford anything for so period of time, just give me time. Or some of them will tell you, I'm not even expecting you to ask me for this, because why, I just bought you a car. Now, do you think when a woman starts arguing with a man at that point is lack of appreciation? And if you think that is lack of appreciation, or forgetting that, oh, he just did something very huge for you, why are you asking him for something else? Why not figure it out yourself, or try and look for a better way to just let him know that you've been needing it but you're not being urgent? What advice will you give to a woman in that scenario, at that point, so they don't actually make that? Because I feel that when you do that, the man might not want to do something good again. Even if he wants to do it, he will reduce how he does it, because you feel like you don't appreciate him. You don't show, like, your gratitude or your appreciation is just for a short time. You're already asking for something else. What should a woman do at that point?
Can I say it this way? Men don't like over demanding, partner. If you understand, like what I said, if you want that man to live long, you don't need to bug or bother him much. And for a woman that is, demanding and demand, you will get a stage, you will not receive cover from that man, because he will not see you as you want to kill him. You want to run his business down. You don't want him to try. Before you know it, he will start reducing the way he takes care of you. Have it in your mind that I can help. It's not only a man that will buy a woman a car. A woman can equally buy the husband a car. If you understand, there is one adage our people use: let the person that has the money bury the father. It's not the firstborn that killed the father. So if you have money, you can take up the whole front. You don't have to leave everything for the man or for your partner, believing that he's the man here. If he dies, you pay dearly for it. Because a woman needs a glory over her head, and that glory is a man. You need a crown over her head, and that crown is a man. And look, let me tell you, women, when your husband dies, you will be grateful to God that your own is alive, even if he's not doing anything. So it's outrageous to see women try to demand and demand and demand, and they run the man down. Today, saying that the man will start keeping late nights. Let me just stay and drink before I come home. Maybe this woman would have slept. It's not a good thing. Any woman that does that need to desist from that, so that the family will be, will live together longer. That is my own submission there. Thank you.
I'm just going to ask, since you talked about, you said appreciation, a woman understand you should not kill your husband, and you said something very, very, very important. At a point, if you are actually a good woman, when you find out that maybe someone else, your neighbor or somebody distant, somebody you just know within the hood, you find out that the husband is dead. A lot of women, even if they are fighting with their husband, at that point, they will retract and they'll start appreciating their husband. I'm grateful my husband is still alive, which is exactly what you said. You'll be grateful because even though, like you said, even though he's jobless, he has nothing to do, you'll be grateful that you still even have a partner and your children still have someone to call a father. Now, for those, there are a lot of women out there that still believe they know how to show appreciation to their husbands. So as a pastor, and I know you as a counselor, what are the things that you think women can do, even those little things that we don't see it as a big deal, like what's there, but for the man it's a very big deal? What are those little things that we can show men that will show that we appreciate what they do? I will still come over to the woman, and also at the same time, while we're still talking about men, because why I'm saying that is because I know a lot of women have big issues when a man is not providing. That's why I'm using the man first as an example. Then at the same time, why are you advising a woman how she can show appreciation to her husband or her partner in the little ways possible that she can? At the same time, what advice you give to a man also that sees his wife working hard, goes to work, come back, takes care of the children, is doing everything, even just, you might even be separated, but they are doing something for the children, even much more than you expect them to do? What are those little things that you can advise men to do for their spouses to show that, hey, I appreciate you for being there and for doing so much. I see you, and of course I appreciate you. What are your advices for both parties?
So let me go to the woman now. What men need from women, oftentimes women think is sex. It's not sex. He can get sex, any other place. And some people think it's food. They can go to a good restaurant and eat. What they need from women is respect. It's respect. To rub their ego. To try, and that is why they need you to praise them. They need you to praise them. And when you praise them, they tend to do more. When you respect them, they tend to do more. So my advice to women is, one, you respect your husband. Appreciate him for a lot of things, at least for making you a mother. Appreciate him from what he does for you. Then respect him. Be obedient to him. The Bible said that women, in the book of Ephesians 5, when you go through verse 21 down, you will understand. The Bible said that women should be submissive to their husband. And there is no man you submit to that will not love you. In the same way, there is no woman a man really or truly loves that will not be submissive. Because when women feel that there is no love, they tend to become a tiger at home. You know, there is nothing a man does that they appreciate because they felt they were not loved. But when you love a woman, like men, I'm going to advise men. You know, men, they'll think that when they provide food, they buy clothing for the children, they buy. No, that is not what a woman needs. Women are moved from what their spouse or their partner says. You know, if not you, I will not even be a man. You know, that kind of a word. You know, if not you, I will not be where I am. Try to say it out. Don't keep it in your heart or telling your friends, but you cannot tell it to that woman. So if you tell the woman how you feel about her, that woman will keep on thinking about that man. But oftentimes, because of the ego of a man, you know, so many of them believe that when you appreciate a woman, you start messing up. That is not true. And if that thing tends to happen, it means that that woman is not a woman, it's still a girl. Because marriage or relationship is meant for an adult. So when you appreciate your man, one, how to appreciate man is to respect them. When you respect them, when you keep the environment neat, when you prepare delicious food, they see that you love them. Don't send your maid to give your husband food. Don't allow your children to give your husband food when you are around. If you are not around, it's a different. But when you are around and you didn't put food for your husband, it sees as disrespect. And the same thing goes to the man or to the men now. A woman needs to be loved. Call her names. You need to have a special name for your, for your wife or for your partner. You need to pet women at the weaker sex. See them like that. Book of Malachi said, do not deal with the wife of your youth treacherously. No, do not. You don't see them like your mate. See them as your, as your baby. When you see them as your baby, you nurture them, you teach them, you make them align to your vision. That woman will pick up. Always show a woman that she is important. That without her, you cannot even go far. So the same goes to the woman. That is my little submission here. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that one. That was amazing. You know, the fact whereby you're not even a man, you're a woman. And you know the way you're saying it, tell her that without me, without you, I can't be a man. I was already smiling like, oh really? Women actually like words. Because while you were even saying it, I was smiling in the studio. I was like, oh really? Anyways, that's a beautiful one. That's a tough one. I think women are really, really moved by what we hear. It's not just by providing, giving us the money. Some persons, I've even seen some marriages, around where the woman say he gives me everything, but he doesn't get it. That's not even what I want. Sometimes what I want is just that one call. It's just that one text. That's what I want. The other things is what I believe every man would do. But what makes you special is probably how you go about what you do, or how you pamper me and all of that. I know at some point, some women will tell you, yes, I understand why he's edgy, why he's egoistic, why he can't do this now. But it can't always be like that. Don't give yourself reasons why a man is not doing the certain things he probably used to do before even getting married to you. Don't give him an excuse. I think it's something that every woman should be able to talk to their spouse so that they can know the way forward on how they can get back that lovey-dovey and everything. Okay, let's talk about people who are scared of being taken for granted. For those who always appreciate their husband, but at the same time, while they appreciate their husband, they feel like at the end of the day, maybe when you start calling them Odogu Silencer, Odogu Bad Money, one sweet name just to hype him, you're always respecting him and doing all of those things, or however it comes. A lot of women get scared that they are being taken for granted, based on maybe the attitude the man brings forth later. Sometimes it could be maybe I don't know, I'm not a man, but I know there are instances whereby a woman has given so much respect and a lot of appreciation to the man, but they find out that the man is taking them for granted, and that sometimes he might not even want to do those things he's doing because he feels so praised, probably so bigger than he felt. We're like, oh really, so I am like this to her. So maybe he will now start thinking that because of that he can actually go out there and get another girl, so he could get so much praises, or so he could even do more. I don't know. But what advice do you give to a woman that feels like she's being taken for granted because she loves her husband, she shows it, she respects him, she give him whatever believes that she has to give a man to make sure that he loves her and only her? What advice will you give to her so that she does not end up getting frustrated or start frustrating the man, and you start hearing stuff like, there are so many men out there, or do you think I cannot get another man, or different things that will make a man start thinking about moving out of the home, or divorcing you understand? So what advice will you give to women in that scenario?
Thank you. Anyway, when you are receiving less than what you give in as a woman, the first advice I will give that woman is to love yourself. Love yourself. You need to take care of yourself. The man there is not your author of your life. The author of your life is Christ. You need to love yourself first, because when you love yourself, you start radiating, you smell good, your dress is fine, and you still do what you are doing at home. Except if that man is a beast. Except if that man didn't love you from the start. If that man loved you from the start, it wasn't an arranged marriage that you people caught and get into marriage. That man will start thinking, backward what he has been doing to you. And I will still treat my issue in a spiritual background because I am married to. So when things is happening in your relationship and you don't like, you need to go to God in prayer. What you don't pray about, you don't have them. That is what we believe in as a Christian. You go to God in prayer. It's God that is the institutor of any union. Because I'm talking about husband and wife now. If the God is the author of relationship, the union, is the same God you are going to talk to, because he knows how to deal with it. The Bible said that the heart of a king is in the hands of God. So when you talk to God, God will go to that man he created, he gave to you, and he will know how to go about it. Let me give you an example. Me and my husband, when we married, maybe when we are like 5 or 6 years, we had an argument, and I knew very well that he was wrong and he hurted me. In that argument, he left the house. He left in the morning to go for work. We didn't part way exactly the way we used to, because both of us are angry. When he get to his place of work, he said immediately he bent down to talk that he didn't know what slapped him, and asked him to go back and amend with your wife. And that was how he came back and started narrating the story to me. So when you basically get your solution through God, that solution tends to last. But for some men that will tend to listen to their friends and listen to their subordinate in the office, can I tell you that no relationship is the same as the others? There are different things that work for different relationships. Find that one that is working for your own and hold on to it and nurture it and oil it. When you oil those things, you will see that your relationship will blossom and you will be enjoying it. You don't need to endure any relationship. We are meant to enjoy it. And the you woman tends to do more. You tend to do more because men are busy thinking, but you always are home and you are emotional. Emotional person gets things easy. God love women so much that everything that a woman asks God, He tends to answer them. So we see it as the men are the spiritual as the are the head. But can I shock you that women are the spiritual head? If you know your onions as a woman, as a wife, you will get your husband to respect you, to obey you. Your children will obey you, and the home front will be so easy and so smooth. That is what I think I need to, add to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was that was quite deep. I love all the responses you've given to me, and thank you so much for actually adhering to my request of going deeper by explaining and of course using examples of yourself and other persons, and you did justice to that, and I'm sure a lot of women who are listening will understand. The one thing I picked again from most of what you have said is continue to do what you know how to do, but first love yourself. If you think you probably have downed yourself a little bit because you're now married, you don't dress well, you probably tie up. I'm not saying rapper is bad, but you tie up in the house. Maybe it's time to giddy up a little bit. Wear some bum shorts in the house. I'm not saying you should wear it outside. You can. You can't. But for me, I just feel that some people might take it wrongly. But wear a bum short in the house when it's around. Wear something nice, something sexy, something that will attract him. You understand? Smell good, like you said. Look good when you're even going to work or you're going to your store. Wherever meeting you're going to, you're leaving the house, look good. Let him see the difference. Keep the home front or keep the house clean. Cook, keep the food. Even if he's trying not to eat the food, just do what you had to do. You said all of this. I even said more. Okay, if I remember correctly, you also said the spiritual aspect. While you're doing all of these things, you still have to take it to God, because like you said, the heart of a king is in God's hands, and wherever he turns it to, there will it follow. So I think it's a beautiful one to actually give a woman that advice, and I think this also is very applicable to the men. That thing you are doing is not because you feel she's doing the other way. You now say she will not, you will not give her food money, or you will not take care of the children, or you will not drop the children at school the way you do. No, do what you're doing and leave the rest to God. But most importantly, I think it's self-love, like you have said. You have to learn to love yourself first. That is much important, because it is only what you have that you can give, and it is what you get. What you have is what attracts people to you. If you have a negative vibe, whoever is around you also has negative vibe, those are the kind of people that you get to attract. So I think at this point I'm just going to close the show for today, because time is far up. I want to say thank you so much to Pastor Mrs. Ngozi Ezeonu Uchendu. She's a senior real estate officer with the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, and she's an author, she's a writer, she's a counselor, and a woman's advocate. Thank you so much, Ngozi, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's it from Ngozi. She's well appreciated from all of us at Galaxy TV, and for everyone that has made this program a success today. Thank you very, very much.